We all know the oldest story, though many try and tame the text. Everyone's got an opinion and claim they can explain it best. But it's usually those embittered, saying life is just an aimless quest, and liken it to the devil and God, playing a cosmic game of chess. Now, as far as I could tell, the only reason they're feeling conned is because they thought themselves kings, and then found out they're really pawns. And so they blame the God that they don't even believe in, and cite his non-existence as the reason they need to leave him. I mean, we all got pride and want to play the part of vengeance. If I were God, it's a dangerous way to start a sentence. Let us never assume that we can understand the Father's mind, for there's only one instance in which it happens, when it's revealed in the Father's time. So yes, there's pain. Yes, there's things that I can't even believe exist. But yes, he came to death to claim resurrection, and now the keys are his. This is exciting stuff, people. Feel free to get excited too. I mean, this will be the world's most prestigious banquet ever that you and I are invited to. But life is hard. And then we're trying to live autonomous. And then everything comes crashing down and we're asking, where is God in this? It feels like the devil is messing with your life, and God, well, he just feels gone. But I would like to suggest that it's the devil who is the real pawn. Let me explain. You see, we always feel exploited and don't know who we're supposed to trust. But I believe that God uses the devil as a pawn in order to get close to us. I mean, I've seen it in my own life. You gotta know that he's precise. It wasn't a song, sermon, or church service that finally drew me deep with Christ. Not a mission statement, a Bible verse, or even my sense salvation. No. What finally sold me out for Christ was intimate time spent with Satan. It brought me back into the Lord's embrace deeper than ever before, and now I can't leave here because, well, nothing else is even real to me anymore. But let's take it a step further. Back to the Garden of Eden. The serpent in front of Eve before he started deceiving. Everyone acts like he snuck in, disguised as a comely peasant. But let me ask you, how do you sneak in past a God who's omnipresent? Trust me, people, God's been playing the devil since day none. And if this were a game of chess, he'd already have the game won. I know that we were taught that man messed up our pivotal stand, and we did. But I want to tell you something. We're still living God's original plan. Check this out. You see, if man never fell, and the first garden still did exist, we'd have the tree of knowledge of good and evil still growing in our midst, which represents temptation, which is a representation of Satan, which is a message wrapped up in a statement saying he'll always be plotting and waiting. I mean, look at John's vision from Revelation. And as his description is enlarging, you'll notice there's a certain tree that's missing from the garden. You see, while the devil thought that he had got free to undermine us, God was actually using him as the fire by which he would refine us. So if this were a game of chess, it wouldn't be Satan versus God. It'd be the version of you who God created versus the version of you who is a fraud. You see, we all start out as pawns until he shows us things unseen. And then once we are redeemed, he turns us into kings and queens. The devil is the real pawn. Yeah, you know what I love about the men? None of them were perfect. All of them were dope. And that's exactly what God told me was going to happen. He doesn't want to be perfect, man. If I'm too perfect, I sound polished. I sound like I've been doing it forever and I'm just trying to be about me. If I mess up a little bit, then it just shows that, man, this is just trying to get the glory of God, just the message of God across, man. That's it.
Yeah. No, that was dope.